This program is being brought to you by Jim Adler, the Texas Hammer.
And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. The Texas sales tax holiday is underway, and it's a prime opportunity for families to prepare for the school year, but stay on budget. Our next guest has some advice for you. We have with us Lucy Petry, attorney and CPA. And Lucy, you know, one of the things I love here on The Factor Uncensored is being a realist and realizing the capabilities and the pocketbooks of the viewers out there. And we don't want to tell them some of the most expensive name brands to buy for back to school. We want affordable stuff. Obviously, we have an economy that is on top of everyone's mind right now. We have inflation. So we brought you in to talk about going back to school on a budget. So what does that look like in 2025, Lucy?
Right. So prices are going up. There is no denying we have inflation and that it costs more today to buy school supplies than it did a year ago, right? There's no question about that. In the meantime,
And really quick, do we have inflation and do we also have tariffs affecting
exactly.
things? Okay.
Exactly. So it's not just inflation, it's also the tariffs. And I'm pretty sure our income has not increased as much as the inflation and the tariffs. So it is harder
You're
today.
right.
Yeah, it is harder today than it was a year ago. So we have to be creative. We have to find ways to stretch that dollar and to make it work. If you have a few kids at home, they can get pretty expensive.
Now, a lot of parents in Texas will be doing that back to school shopping beginning this weekend. So, what do you suggest they arm themselves with as they head to the malls, to the shopping centers to get those clothes, or they do it online?
I think you can go either way, but don't bring the kids because that can make it more expensive.
That's not nice, Lucy. You've got to
I
make sure they're the right size, or you're going to have to take them back.
That is a good point. You do have a good point. But listen, I have a list, and there are several things that we can do and to stretch that dollar. So first of all, this weekend is a sales tax weekend in Texas. So every purchase that from approved supplies, clothes, footwear, you will not pay sales tax. That is a savings of 8.25%. That's our sales tax rate here in Houston. So it's almost 10% cheaper just in and of itself. Now you have
So
to
you're looking at a label on some clothes and you'll pay that walking out the door 9 times out of 10 without any additional taxes. Like
yes,
if
but
you
no
look at a
additional.
label, a price tag on the clothes, you're paying that
Yes,
walking out
exactly.
the door.
Exactly, that's right. So normally we would see I don't know $90, and there's a reason why I'm saying $90, and then when you go and pay it, it's close to $100, like $98 or so. But that's right, you're going to pay just what is on the label, just the $90. Now here's the deal: this is also available for online purchases. Okay, so if you are purchasing from a business that is located in Texas or has a store in Texas, then you can also enjoy the exemption from sales tax. But be very careful because if the $90 item comes with a $10 or $12 shipping fee, processing fee, then that is over $100, and there's $100 limit on the exemption. So if you buy that $90 item and it costs you $12 to ship it, then you do not get exemption from the sales tax.
So that tax kicks back in then over $100.
Exactly.
Oh,
So make sure that the item is below $100. I have a feeling there will be a lot of items at below $100 plus the shipping fees that will be eligible for this exemption. It's a
okay.
very good deal, and it is eligible for both online and individuals, I mean, in-person purchases. Yeah.
And for those who are shopping, say, on Amazon, and Amazon typically charges you, I guess, the tax in your particular state, will they exempt the sales tax if you are in Texas? Do we know if they do that or not?
I don't know. The law says that they have to have a store in Texas. The seller has to be doing business in Texas. I'm pretty
They
sure
have
Amazon.
warehouses here in Texas. I
Yeah,
see
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the warehouses for Amazon here. So, you know.
Yeah, that would be really nice. I'm pretty sure they're going to participate in this. Just be sure to stay below the $100. All right. So moving on, there are a whole lot of other options as well.
Let's take
Um,
a quick break right here, Lucy. Then we'll come back and continue this conversation with you. Back to sale, back to school shopping, and the tax-free holiday. We'll be back with Lucy Petry in just a moment here on The Factor Uncensored.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off
We are given the platform here with no fear.
always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
Shut the hell up. You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. Weeknights at 12:30 on Fox 26 at Fox Local.
And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. We're talking back to school shopping with Lucy Petry, attorney and CPA. Now, we talked about the tax-free holiday, Lucy. What else should parents arm themselves with in order to go shopping for their kids, especially if they're on a budget? What else do you have on your list?
So a lot of the major retailers are running sales and specials. I think that comparing those prices will go a long way. So if you spend an hour or two comparing prices before going to the store and going with a list so you don't end up buying things that you don't need, I think that would help a lot. I think that seniors and students may be eligible for some discounts as well, and first responders and military personnel.
Got
There
it. So
are.
it'd be a good thing to call the store in advance before you get there, or at least look online because no one's picking up
I
the
was
store
going to
phone.
say, I don't know
Yeah,
about
then
calling, but
I don't know what world I'm in now, but look online and see what sales, what specials they may have for your particular category in life, right?
And then, Isaiah, my daughter's grown now, but I remember when she was little, we don't use all the supplies. Like, for example, a pair of scissors. If you already have one, you don't have to buy it again just because it's on the list, right? So I would take an inventory and see what do you have already that you can reuse. I know it's fun to have brand new supplies at the beginning of the school year. It's really nice. But if you can reuse the supplies from the previous year, it's okay too. And then along those lines, you don't have to buy everything right now, especially the clothing. Again, it's nice to have all brand new clothes to go back to school, but it could be that you could buy those second pair of jeans later during the black sale. What do you call it around Thanksgiving time?
Yeah,
The,
the
anyway,
pre-Christmas sales, yeah.
exactly.
But anyway, Lucy, hey, hold on, Lucy. I remember being a kid, and I'm sure you do too. You need at least 2, 3 new outfits to kick off the school year to feel good about yourself.
Yeah,
Not
that feels
one,
nice.
not one. So try to find a way for those kids to get at least 2 or 3, if you can afford it, 2 or 3
Yeah,
outfits. And then you can mix and mingle towards the weekend as you get
right.
closer to the weekend and mix and match again the next week. But give them at least 2 or 3 new outfits.
All right,
Not
fine,
one.
fine.
Come on, Lucy, not one. Damn it. I remember those days.
Me too, me too. And look, and also be creative where the money's coming from. I know I can use points to make purchases, especially online, points from my credit card. I would rather use them for a trip, and it may not be the best, use of the the points, but it is a resource that is out there. And it is better than going into debt and using the credit card and running up the credit card. And specifically the buy now, pay later, that you can, the new financing options that we're seeing when checking out. So if you can avoid those, I would, well, because that can cost a lot more later.
Exactly. All right.
And then
Go ahead, Lucy. Wrap us up.
one last one. Look, if you're strapped for cash and it's difficult to buy the supplies this year, I did a quick search online for a free school supply event. I searched on Facebook and I searched on Instagram, and I found several places in Houston, especially this weekend. They were giving away free school supplies for those who need a little bit extra help.
All right. So I would say Google that, put in your area, maybe your zip code, and put in free school supply giveaways. There, like you said, there's still a lot of events happening this weekend in Houston and around the country. No matter where you live and where you see the Factor Uncensored, just Google free school supply giveaway, and that could cut down your costs significantly. Lucy Petry, CPA and attorney, always good to see you. Some good advice, and make sure, Lucy, you tell those parents to buy at least 2 or 3.
Okay, fine.
Not one. You're trying to save those points to go on that trip, Lucy. We know what you're doing here.
That's right.
We'll be back with more Factor Uncensored in just a moment, and have fun out there shopping during the back-to-school sales. Thank you, guys. We'll be back with more Factor in just a moment.
Nobody does more during hurricane season than your Gulf Coast Weather Authority.
Coverage on air, online, on social, and on our 24/7 Fox Local app.
Hurricane gear tests for emergency preparedness supplies.
Daily tropical updates give you the earliest possible warnings of developing storms.
And now includes forecasts for some of our area's most popular vacation spots.
Complete hurricane season coverage from your Gulf Coast Weather Authority.